Sawyer, do you want to hear a joke?
Yeah, sure.
Why didn't ISIS bomb Walmart?
I don't know why.
Because it's not a target!
Oh!
And now we have the latest update on the World Trade Center coming to you from New York.
This just in, the World Trade Center's South Tower has been struck by a plane.
Wow, how did we not expect this to happen?
I don't know, but I bet someone from the government will have to answer for it.
Thank you for that info.
And now an interview from the scene.
Hey sir, what did you witness here today?
Well, there was a plane that was being stupid, so it flew into a yay large building.
Can you give me any more details on this incident?
Well, there was a plane, and it hit the building, and went BOOM!
Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, sir.
The U.S. saw the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attack as a war on terror. President George W. Bush tried to link Saddam Hussein to Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda. Osama was the founder of Al-Qaeda. Although the link was never proved, Al-Qaeda can be almost certainly held responsible for the attacks of 9/11. Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden had a different ideology from each other. There is no evidence that Iraq supplied Al-Qaeda with weapons, camps, or other materials, such as guns. Meanwhile, the U.S. continued to raise reasons as to why Iraq needed to be targeted. Then, in 2003, the U.S. and U.K. invaded Iraq and were criticized to be false pretenses. They claimed that Iraq has weapons of mass destruction that could be ready for deployment within minutes. Oh dear. They could pose a great threat to the world. Hussein was overthrown and a quick democracy threatened the world. The 2006 death toll was 100 deaths per day as a result. Run for your life!
Back here, pipsqueaks!
The Islamic State was formed by growing out of Al-Qaeda. It was formed by Sunni militants, but the group did not become major until 2003. Although the Islamic State was not major until 2003, they never became a real threat until 2011 when they acquired weapons. It was at this time when the United States withdrew troops from Iraq. Then the Iraqis planned to attack with a coalition of 50,000 made up of Iraq security personnel, Kurdish fighters, Sunni, Arab tradesmen, and Shia premium military forces. The Islamic State later sieged Syria in 2013 when they changed their name to the Islamic State. Then, in 2014, the Islamic State invaded Iraq from the northwest. In August of 2014, a U.S. coalition launched over 10,400 airstrikes. The UK also launched airstrikes along with Austria, Belgium, Denmark, France, and the Netherlands. The Islamic State got the money to do all of these horrible things by selling oil on the black market. Now they know this. Airstrikes mostly target oil infrastructures.
Sir, we're under attack.
What?
Get cover! Under attack, dear Watson! More than twice as many civilians than believed have been killed by U.S. airstrikes in Iraq and Syria. In 2016, about 64 civilians were killed. The estimated total deaths of civilians is 119 civilians since the U.S. started bombing ISIS in 2014. The United States are involved in an international effort to force ISIS out of their strongholds in Iraq and Syria. But the problem with this is that ISIS captures people and uses them as human shields. They gather as many civilians as possible near their position so that they can and will protect themselves and hide themselves. Since November 2015, 64 civilians have been killed and another 8 people have been injured in 24 airstrikes.
I'll be there in a second. Hold on. Please, sir. Give me some water. Oh no!
In 2015, 4.4 million refugees were internally displaced and 264,100 refugees had fled the country and were abroad. This impacted those who fled and the people who stayed behind. This huge migration resulted in a lack in services that the middle class would usually provide. This huge migration also affected their health care. After the first attacks in 2003, one half of the doctors in Iraq fled the country. This caused the patient-to-doctor ratio to be bad, which puts them behind other countries in the healthcare field.
Thank you for watching, kids.
Thank you, kids.
Oh yeah.
Peace out.